Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Dash Brandon and today I'm joined by StickyVicky, or Victoria. She streams
What's up,
on
guys?
she streams on Twitch, allegedly.
Ele- Hey, it's been a long while, but I will start streaming pretty soon,
Alright.
and hopefully you will be able to join me.
Yeah, I'll join you.
It'd be
After my
awesome.
vacation.
There you go, yeah.
So
Gotta get that
today
vacay time.
today we're here to talk about my SSD. I solo all my SSDs for a long time and someone was asking how I built them. So this right here is a staple. You gotta spawn camp if you can. And I would replace a lot of these traps if I were to do another one, but I'm done here in Canny. So this gets rid of a lot of the easier to kill enemies, and if you're running something like I was a bear here that I'm on, then you would get bears, even though you've been nerfed. And you wouldn't want to stand in there like Victoria's doing. Actually, it's usually not a big deal because propanes usually don't spawn there. Moving up from there, on the right side, if you're looking out, we have a simple tunnel that'll push them back out. And as you move up, there's a 2x2 that I started to fall in love with. I learned about these in very late in the game in Twin Peaks. And the whole point of those is to push them over there. They get stuck on this little wall and they walk around and they take a bunch of damage. Very little makes it through here. Over here is fucked. Every time. Every single time.
It's the worst.
Every time. Like, I tried to make like a staircase for them to walk up on both sides, and as you can see, they typically destroy some or all of it, which is really irritating because it doesn't really save them much time. I mean, it saves them from going through my traps, but this area is always timed, so by the time that they destroy all this stuff, it kind of doesn't matter anymore because the time is up. So, that side always makes me sad. Because I couldn't design anything better that would work there. It's those stupid steps. Over here, still looking at the main amplifier. Over here, I got a little fucked up in the last one, thanks to some propanes. But I had tire traps. Yeah, I had this whole area used to be tire traps, and then they decided to attack D from this side, and all the tire traps disappeared after 1,200 kills. So that was that. Normally, this stairway worked alright, but when they were attacking D, they would also end up destroying this. So I would have a stairway right here, and then a floor piece right there for them to walk on. And they actually fell for this one a lot better. I don't know why they fell for this one better than the other one. And in between here is all those annoying sandwiches that everyone has to build to make them go the way they want them to go. That goes all the way up.
Yeah, otherwise they attack the floor, don't they?
Yeah. This
Pretty
goes
annoying when they do that.
Yeah, this goes all the way up. I would have more here. And I would do another... you can't do anything else right here. But I would just stack up as much stuff in between there as I could, so that they wouldn't want to go that way. And we got some older than dirt wall lights up here that I haven't used.
That nobody uses.
Nobody uses. I haven't used wall lights probably since I built like some of these first tunnels here in Canny. And it was before I had the wall launchers, that's why I was using wall lights. I think that they can still be used sometimes, but usually you just want to launch them away so that they walk through your trap again. It's usually the idea. So from here we can move over to D. And D got kind of fucked up at the end there too. But D used to have something like this. And then we had a 2x2 tunnel here. It was pretty simple, but it worked pretty well until I walked into it at the end of the, or near the end of the SSD, after I had to rebuild it another time. So this is how you would build one of these. Then you would fill the floor with either wooden floor spikes or freeze traps or whatever you want to put there. Even floor launchers. I think floor launchers actually provide a lot of CC too. And then you put your wall launchers. And if you want to go maximum damage, you would put dynamos on the short wall. And maybe dynamos on all of these if you wanted to go for like really high burst, but if you just wanted to cover the whole tunnel, you would just put darts on them. That's what I usually do because darts are a lot cheaper. Over here, once I built it up, never got attacked. That made me really sad. All these tire traps, that's what that other area used to look like.
Jeez, wow.
That's what that other area used to look like. I got a bunch of darts over here, because this whole area spawns enemies. They spawn even up on like the first ledge of this hill, I want to say. So, they would just walk into all these tires, and then behind here are the same sandwiches that we're used to. And then some wall launchers just in case they decide to break through some of that. But it just goes sandwiched all the way back. You're just trying to put as much density as you can in between them and everything you want to protect.
Sorry.
This is a wall that I've started using a lot more, or a trap design I've started using a lot more in small spaces, because you can launch them more or less completely out if all your traps are reset. Typically, propanes won't throw in here, but it's possible they could. Propanes don't like a lot of turning. They're not a big fan of that. I think they'll do 2. Then they're done. And over here we have some lobber protection on the amplifier. The amplifier follows the same rules as everything else. You put as many walls in there as you can. You wall it all up, because if a smasher gets there, you want to give them a lot of stuff to smash, so they're not fucking with you. That's pretty much how all my amplifiers have been built since, like, Plankerton. Just put as much as you can around it, and then the backward stairs, of course, to keep them from charging. Any questions?
I've been to several people's SSDs, and I know a lot of people usually do like a double pyramid. Do you know why they would do that?
Like 2 on top?
Yeah, like they would make one pyramid and then another big pyramid that covers that other one.
They're probably doing that just to put as much density as they can.
Right.
If they're filling all the space in between there, that can also provide a whole lot of density there. The reason I don't do that is because I start to bump up into build restrictions.
Right.
So you have to find a balance between, is it going to be safe, and will I be able to build tunnels to kill everything?
Yeah, exactly. That kind of seems like a waste of material also. So
yeah.
You could always just funnel them out by tunneling.
When I would build an SSD, I haven't done one in a while. I want to do 7. But when I would build one, it would be 3 days of farming usually to get the traps and get the tunnels and everything. And I really didn't need to build these tunnels into tier 3, but I mean, if for some reason one propane blew up in there, the traps would survive and the power modulation would heal them. I never did this one, so I don't really have anything to say about this amplifier other than it's probably a terrible idea to do it because it's in this pit. Seems like a really bad spot. And then I blocked off this area just in case, because I saw a map and it said stuff could spawn down here, so that's why I built all that to block that off. That goes like all the way up, it turns and goes up. And then that's why I put this here. And they would probably break this wall, and they would probably break this floor because of the way they path. Like, if we have to jump, they're gonna break it. That's what
yeah, definitely.
That's what I've figured out. Like, if a player has to jump, they're gonna break that tile. And then we just, you know, we try and keep them in the tunnels with the pushing again. And you could use a like a 2x2 design in these areas where it's flat, but I just didn't because that was before I learned all about that. I'm still learning shit. Yesterday I learned the decoy is amazing. Decoy's new favorite gadget of everyone. Where are we now? We're by C. Ah, yes. So they usually spawn over there. And I used to have this whole area covered in floors. And there was all kinds of stuff there to keep them busy. But you
I
can
think
see,
I saw that in your last video, actually.
you can see
Right.
how well that ended. Propanes ended up getting blown up, but you know, when you're in SSD 10, you really don't give a shit. But I did block off this area, or I tried to block it off to keep them from coming up this side. Even though I built a tunnel here, I really didn't want to have to deal with trying to defend two sides. So I had this blocked off. And I think that they still go for it no matter what you do here, because they also spawn there and break part of it.
Right.
So, you know, you're just kind of hoping that they don't break it at that point. And that's why you put in a tunnel here. We got a portion of a 2x2 that goes into a single tunnel. This is a really old tunnel too. This one was all about just trying to maximize damage. That's why there's dynamos everywhere, and then this stupid wall light. Level 28 blue wall lights. That's OP. What do you mean? Why are you laughing?
That's
yeah. Level 28 blue wall lights. That's what I was working with at that point.
I've actually considered using the wall lights just for funs, but I haven't really.
Oh look, this one was upgraded. This one was 41. There's a lot more wall light there. Oh man. So this area could be used for a 2x2, and you can extend those 2x2s out to 3 and 4 tiles in length, and they'll just never ever get to the end. You just have to be careful that within 3 tiles of your amplifier that they never reach that, because that's when your propanes are going to start throwing. And you also don't want to be anywhere near that, because that's when propanes are going to throw at you. So if I had built 2x2s all down that hallway, I would just stand up here and pick off smashers or whatever got through. It's probably what I would have ended up doing. I don't know if this tunnel ever got used. Oh yeah, it's got some uses on the traps. On the wall lights.
Yeah.
See, I don't even understand what I was thinking here.
It's probably from the stragglers. Like, I don't.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah. Well, this is another side that this was attacked in SSD 8 or 9.
Oh, this is where you use your teddy
Oh yeah,
bears,
I had
right?
so many teddies.
This is exactly where it was.
I had so many teddies here
I remember.
when I was a bear. No, I'm not a bear. For some reason, none of these ground traps were getting broken either. I think the spawns were messed up or something, but they weren't breaking these traps, which was really nice. Worked out well for me. And then if they came up here, oh okay. So this wasn't a ramp here. I was like, why is there wall lights here but not a launcher? What was I thinking? now I know. Even so, it would have been better to put a launcher there anyways. What level is this launcher though? Is it an older than dirt launcher? Probably is. I can't see.
Yeah, I can't tell either.
I can see this is a level 57 dynamo right here. Some high level traps. High level gameplay up in here. Okay, the gas traps are 130 at least. They were doing work. And none of this got destroyed. I was kind of confused, but I just kind of went with it at the same time because I didn't want to deal with it. I'm not going to ask them why they're not going to destroy my shit. You know?
True.
My phone
Don't
is
question
going,
it.
My phone is going nuts. Damn group texts. So, if they made it past that monstrosity, then we had a normal tunnel here. You could also build a 2x2 in here. I did that in Victoria's SSD and it never got used. But it is something that you could do.
It was a thought that counted just in case. You never know.
Exactly. So they can also drop down from up here, which is why there are traps up here. There was a launcher here at one point, but that launcher gets used up really fast because they just drop on it constantly. And then I think that I had a wall launcher here at one point, but it would launch them into that stuff, and then they would just kind of start breaking some of that stuff, and then end well for me at all. So Then they just walk down here and then they die. Horrible deaths. They get pushed into a freaking dynamo right there. You can wall launch them into nothing if you really want. It provides some crowd control.
True.
And right here was a place where I would drop bears, and now you could drop a turret here, and it would just shoot everything that would come from over there.
Our new favorite gadget of all time.
Oh yeah. Until it's nerfed. Where's my meme? I made a meme. Where's my file explorer? There we go. Professional here. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull it up in Chrome. There we go. Until it's nerfed.
Now, how much damage does a turret?
Oh my god. My buddy Toru says it does 120,000 DPS, which doesn't sound wrong, because it can kill a smasher and keep going. It's insane. Up here, normal, well, more or less a normal amplifier. I didn't put any of the ramps on the back because none of the smashers were going to get to the back, so it would have been a waste of building slots. We got the normal lobber defense and a lot of density on the inside. And this upside down triangle on top for more density. Oh, I just lowered myself down instead of building a way out. Oh, this is going to be a problem. Okay.
There's no way out.
There isn't.
Stuck in there.
It's like Alcatraz. It's like that, it's that game, A Way Out. Down here I built a 2x2 that got some use from stuff that was spawning over here. Got a little bit of use. There used to be a gas trap here, so it got some use. I think there was a launcher here also at one point. It's good stuff. They come up this way. Their only path up is to go up here, where they get through a bunch of traps, some awesome wall lights, and some more launchers and all the gas in the world.
No, these are pretty old. Level 27 wall lights, 57 wall dynamos.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had to replace those traps. Clearly, they didn't go that way often enough for me to replace the traps.
Right.
Canny was where I first really, like, you get it a little bit in Plankerton, but this is where you first really learn that you have to be able to move around fast. That's why there's little launchers and shit everywhere. And we're at sea. Damn. I guess we're at sea and we're done, huh? Nice. Sea got fucked.
Oh my god, yeah.
There might have been a couple smashers and propanes that got down here. I never found something that worked 100% of the time here. Of course, I also didn't want to destroy everything and start over and try to design something that worked 100% of the time, so that was another kind of difficulty I came to. There are a lot of gas traps that go around this amplifier. They would do some camping, but a lot of the time I would get fire enemies up here. So I don't know why. They had a nice path through here, through this nice 2x2 tunnel, but they would just break everything over here. Don't know why.
Yeah, the propanes come heavy here in this area as well?
Yeah, they come down this side, and then they also come down this other ramp over here. This ramp actually held up pretty well. I think a propane might have thrown at one of them, but it held up pretty well overall. I think I had to replace traps near the end of it, or in the middle of it. But I was staying mostly at the top, and I would drop a bear down here, and then I would continue fighting up top. But it was kind of a mess. And there's like these stupid step things down here, and we all know you can't build on that. And there's this path. Pain in the ass. I guess if I were to do this over, I would try and devise some kind of like... You could use... There's a 3-wide one that you could probably use here. And the 3-wide one, you would put up short walls. It's a 3x3. And bash this down. I don't need this part. So we got our 3x3 here. You got launchers that you would put here that launch them into the middle. In the middle, you would put your dynamos on these short walls. You would put up your ceiling traps, and they would typically be getting stuck in the middle and having to walk around, and then they get punched in the face again by this giant fist. That would probably work pretty well here. I think they would actually go for that.
Now this is a 3x3, correct?
Yeah. So you would actually get rid of this piece. The only areas you're blocking are around the perimeter and then in the middle. The middle short walls, you would put your dynamos, they would go off. You put another one right here and just push them in. You could put darts on this wall right here, where I'm currently selecting a fist. Put darts there, put darts on the other side. You could put... I would probably put the ceiling electrical fields down the middle, because they would hit all the tiles when they went off. Especially the middle one, it would hit literally every tile. The other ones would hit 6 of the tiles at a time. I don't think they go around walls. I could be wrong though. And then you would put a gas at the front of each one, and then if you're worried about them getting to the end, you would put down the, was it the zapper? The single target? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put down a ceiling zapper at the end. Always try and put those at the end of your tunnel, because that's what's going to hit a smasher usually. That's pretty much the end. I keep pressing Z trying to phase shift, and this character doesn't have that. Can't phase shift, can't drop 5 berries at a time. What good is it anymore?
No, you didn't explain this part over here.
Oh, what part? Oh, yeah. Alright, so, yeah, they can also spawn up there, which is why I did everything I could to push them down into this hole. And once they're down in this hole, they have to come up through this trap tunnel, which I have some awesome level 67 freezing traps in here. So, that's a thing that I did at one point. I would probably just put launchers there if I wanted to like try and do as much crowd control as I could. Or if I don't really care that much, I'll put wooden floor spikes, I think. They're the cheapest thing that you could put there. And they're pretty effective. They're not there to do damage, they're just there to slow them down. And then I alternated gas, zapper, because you don't necessarily want 2 gases in a row if you can help it, because you're not going to be doing as much damage. Because the affliction will tick on them until they get to the second gas, probably. Unless they get frozen. Then on their way up here, they just get zapped by a bunch of dynamos. A whole lot more dynamos. More gas. Launchers, they'll launch them back down. Over here, I would put ramps because smashers do come here. Pretty sure the last time smashers broke them all. I just forgot to rebuild them. And then here, I put a 2x2 down at the bottom. Or call it a 1x2. It's a part of a 2x2. It's half of a 2x2. Are you having fun?
I am. Yeah, I'm learning a lot.
They drop off.
I can like build my own twine SSD these days.
We'll be doing that eventually.
Yeah.
Maybe after I come back from vacation, I'll be doing the twine video with you.
That would be awesome.
So, they drop off of all these cliffs, so all these floor traps are safe here. They won't get destroyed. Same with the wall traps. You could put dynamos there, but I'm just trying to cover as much space as I can with the darts. These darts are bad. You don't even need this whole tile right here, because they don't ever drop there. They drop off the front side. I got a 1x2, double gas with wall lights. This used to be this used to be a separate thing where they could walk down both sides. That's why the double gas was there. But then I changed it. But I didn't break everything because it takes forever to break stuff here. One of these days we'll be able to just reset a tile. That'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And then here we got a 2x2, like normal. And that's pretty much the end. Some of these freeze traps didn't even get used. I think by the time I put them down, I didn't get attacked from the side again. I think that's what happened. And up here, clearly we needed a bunch of density here. Because they never actually, I don't think they actually damaged the amplifier when they were over here. They were just busy breaking everything inside of it. So that worked out really well for me. They still had a lot to go to break it too.
Yeah, they got kind of close, but not exactly.
Yeah, the smashers will break literally everything around it before they go after you. So, in one of my videos, the one where I almost failed horribly, you saw me just building random walls because I wanted them to smash those walls and not smash me so I could deal with everything else. That's kind of how that worked out.
Smashers are horrible, along with takers and blobbers, maybe.
I thought takers were your best friend.
Takers are not my best friends.
Wow, I just realized that you can drop a banner without starting the SSD. So if you got an SSD that got fucked up, just walk around with banner for like 20 minutes healing it. Huh.
Now, how often can you drop your banner?
About every 5 minutes. So, I mean, if you're just gonna sit there AFK, then you can drop your banner and heal your shit up. Or you could be building other stuff and then walk back over and drop a banner on something that needs to be healed. And you can heal it all for free. Now I learned something.
Now, is there a range on the banner, or does it heal?
The banner needs a bigger range. It basically hits like one tile around it, I want to say.
Oh.
So, to heal up this whole thing without building anything new, it'd probably take like an hour.
Jeez, yeah, they need to update that.
Yeah. But, I mean, this one here would be 16 metal to repair, another 3, 1. It would add up, like saving you money, like, well, I was gonna say money, saving you materials on repairing shit. So, if you wanted to be like super frugal, you could do that. You'll also notice that I mixed stone and metal on most of my amplifiers. And that's because by the time you get to Canny, it starts to matter that nature is strong against metal, water is strong against brick, and fire is strong against wood, but you wouldn't build anything you cared about out of wood.
No, yeah, unless you're in, what is the first place called again?
Stonewood?
It's been so long. Stonewood. Unless you're in Stonewood, then you can build out of wood. But other than that, you don't want to use...
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're building a tunnel just to funnel them out.
You can do tunnel and blocking out of wood all day. But don't put wood on your amplifier. Everything will mess it up. It doesn't matter what it is. But that's why I started to mix it up. Also because it made farming a lot easier. Because I could, at this time, we could only hold 1,000 of each.
Right. Now we can hold 5K.
So many mats.
3 minutes. So makes life more simple.
Oh my god. I wish that it came out like this.
Right? It shows there before.
Yeah. Here's a ramp that could technically go around your tunnel, but if you block it off moderately well, they never go for it. That's that. I think that about wraps it up.
You pretty much went through
I think I went through
all your tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I built. I mean, there's other amplifiers, but I don't have experience on those. And there's this weird graphical glitch. You'll have to check this out sometime. Do you have that? This like...
I do. I can see it on my screen right here.
Oh, okay. So it's not just a computer.
Kind of reminds me of that that air. Have you ever gone by like a car lot and you see those big old
the inflatable arm guys?
Yes, that's what it reminds me of.
From I always just think of Family Guy. Wacky inflatable arm guy.
That's exactly what it is.
That's funny. Alright, well, I guess we can wrap it up. There will be a link to your Twitch channel in the description. so people can find you.
Awesome.
They can go
I
watch
hope you guys send me a follow, and I'll eventually convince Brandon here to make a Twitch as well, or maybe stream on YouTube. Twitch. Oh, okay, yeah.
I have a
there
Twitch. I streamed on it once a while ago.
We can stream together or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, well, I'm Dash Brandon. This is StickyVicky. And we're gonna get out of here.
Later, guys.
I was wondering if you were gonna say goodbye.
Yeah.